Hey, Dave.
Hey, Wayne was actually just talking about how you've had for injury reasons, other reasons, or injury reasons, constantly changing wing backs, but yet the form has been consistent. Can you just talk about that as you've had to change some things, but yet stay consistent? Why do you think that is?
Yeah, I think it's just everybody is expected to come in and do their job, and we've got a really solid back line right now, and everybody's kind of covering for everyone really, and I think it's props to just the tactical discipline that we're starting to create. I think in terms of long term form, it comes with being solid at the back, and I think that's props to everybody from the goalkeeper to the whole back line. And I think that's where we're finding our form.
You mentioned that it really has become a team. It's not just the back four, back five, or whatever defensively. Where have you noticed that growth, or where did you feel maybe that switched on? I know there was a point. The Chicago game was talked about as a turning point. Or how did you see it?
Yeah, I think that I think it's just like you said, everybody's coming together more as a team. Everybody's sort of understanding each other more. The ideas that we're wanting to use in each and every game are working, and we're really focused on those. We're really focused on getting crosses into the box, really being solid in the back, hard to play against, and I think any team coming up against us now is realizing that we portray a really hard game, and we're really tight, compact lines, and it's hard to break us down. And I think if we keep those fundamentals the same, I think it will continue.
Next, we'll go to Neil Davidson.
Thank you. Hi, Chris. Neil Davidson from the Canadian Press in Toronto. The season opener that you played against Toronto was quite a wild one. I wonder what your memories are of that game, and whether that comeback kind of signaled something to your team at the start of the season.
Yeah, it was definitely an inspiring first game, home opener. But I think we've started to develop a little bit more control within games. I think that game was a little bit back and forth at times, and I think we're still focusing on eliminating the. We've conceded some easier goals, I would say, some gifts that we haven't been happy with, like the one against Nashville. And really just we're trying to play a full 90-minute game, and that's always the focus for us, is how well can we string together a full match. And I think we're slowly continuing to work more and more towards that. We're definitely not a final product. I think we can still continue to do better with service and creating chances in the box and supplying balls to Christian, and we're happy where we're at, but we know we still have a ways to go.
Thank you.
And we will end it with Dave.
Chris, you just mentioned you could probably do more about supplying balls to Christian, et cetera, but yet he leads Major League Soccer in possessions in the penalty area and crosses received. But specifically, what are you referring to in terms of even providing more service, or what tweaks do you see that might add to what you've already doing?
Yeah, I just think that don't change what's working, into the sense that we're supplying Christian a lot of balls, and I think it's just a percentage game. The more we give Christian the ball in the box, the higher chance we have of scoring a goal. And I think since we're continuing to serve, or at least my focus has been serving a lot of balls into the box, and I think I continue to do even better with that, and trying to put it on his head more, and continuing to create more of an understanding, because I think that's a really important relationship between me, Christian, and whoever else is playing out wide, and knowing where he's going to be and knowing where we're going to put the ball. As those relationships continue to get better and better, I think you'll find more efficiency, which is already on top of what he's been doing, which has been great.
And you mentioned that it seems like how you can occupy two defenders. If you provide the service, if you continue that run, you might get rewarded because there'll be space to run onto. Is that part of the thought process?
Yeah, for sure. And I think that's a goal of ours, is to continue to add more players into the box. You've got Mati, you've got Lewis, you've got Russ, all these guys trying to come in, and if Christian isn't winning the first ball, the second ball is there for anybody to get as well. And as we continue to add more players in the box that can then create more sustained possessions in their half, and more chances can lead from that. So that's definitely a focus.
And final question, again, in this league, every game you respect the opponent, and every week is different. But how hard is it to prepare for a game when, like sometimes you play a team and you know exactly what you're going to get because they're in a good form, but Toronto seems like they're still trying to find themselves. How big a challenge is that, or is it you just have to focus on what you do?
No, I think these are some of the more difficult games because I think Toronto is a bit of a wild card because of the players they possess. They have extremely good players individually, and if they click at any point, they could do some real damage. So again, it comes back to us and focusing on the fundamentals of why we've been successful. Strong at the back, creating chances, a midfield that's working really hard to win balls back, everybody working for the team, and I think the rest will take care of itself. So if we continue to focus on what we can control, I think we have a good chance at any game, any team we play.